Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to a very special Nerd News on the Chuckload of Comics YouTube channel.
Woohoo!
So really, I mean, there's one huge piece of news that dropped in the past couple days. Everybody knows what it is.
Really,
Shauna,
Chuck?
say it with me. Tomb Raider. Not Tomb
No,
Raider.
he's so funny.
Avengers Infinity War,
Yes!
as you know, dropped its big final trailer this week
Yeah.
on Friday, and it broke the internet. Marvel broke the internet again.
Again. Chuck, how many times have you watched this trailer?
About 1,000 times. Something else they broke the all-time pre-sale ticket. They broke it in 6
kidding.
hours.
Wow, that's
Tickets,
insane.
If you haven't got your ticket yet for Marvel Infinity War, you got to go out and get it like now. Like pause this episode, go over to the internet and buy your ticket. And the funny thing is, it actually beat its own record. The previous record for pre-sale tickets was owned by Black Panther.
Yeah, right? So
Marvel
Marvel's
beat
just
its own
killing
record in the same year.
Man,
Disney is going to have one hell of a year this year.
Mickey Mouse is going to buy a lot of cheese this year.
We wouldn't be doing our job if we didn't go online and kind of break down everything that we saw in this trailer.
Absolutely.
Put every single frame of the trailer under a microscope and just talk about it ad nauseum.
Right?
Just analyze the hell of it. No, I'm exaggerating a little bit. We're not
he's
gonna.
not
We're
really.
gonna go through every frame, but I do want. I mean, there's some amazing stuff that went down in this
I know,
trailer.
it's so cool. It's so exciting.
So we're gonna break down some of it, a lot of it. I think I've got like 44 stills that I'd like to go through and talk about in great detail.
We promise we won't bore you people. So, Chuck, how do you kick this one off?
Let's get right into it. So the first thing you see in the trailer is the city of New York going through this crazy 360 camera, this rotating
Right.
camera. It's almost like Alfred Hitchcock trick.
Yeah.
Where you know the world's going upside down. Something really scary is about to happen.
No.
It looks a lot like what you saw in Doctor Strange. A lot of world bending and stuff like that.
Yep.
That opens it up, and you hear Gamora talking, where she talks. She's talking about, you know, when the whole time she's ever known Thanos. Well, you know, we'll get to that. We'll get to the Gamora thing. Right after the world turning upside down, you see an overhead shot of Bruce Banner, War Machine,
Yeah.
and Black Widow.
Yep.
So, a little bit of a spoiler, though. We get to see War Machine. We haven't seen War Machine since Civil War.
Right, where
when
he was paralyzed.
Yeah, he broke his spine.
Yeah.
Thanks, Vision. And the last thing you see in Civil War is him kind of going through a rehabilitation with Tony Stark.
Yeah.
He's got some fake robot legs, so it's good to see War Machine, Rhodey, back in action. He is fully wearing a suit.
Absolutely.
Some people might consider that a spoiler. I don't.
I don't
We knew
either.
he'd be
You
back.
knew he's going to come back. I mean, it's Tony Stark. You've got the world's genius at your hands.
The very next thing you see is the window to the Sanctum Sanctorum. You see a really close-up, gorgeous shot of Doctor Strange's crib. And the reflection in the screen is this comet, something meteor crashing into Earth.
Yep.
More doom and gloom. It's really awesome. So right after that, it cuts to, well, that's when you start hearing the Gamora's voiceover where she's talking about Thanos.
Yep.
And she's talking about, ever since I've known Thanos, he's had one goal, and that is to wipe out half of humanity.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to a really cool shot then she says, if he gets the Infinity Stones, and then it cuts to a shot of Thanos putting the blue Tesseract stone
into
the
gauntlet.
Infinity Gauntlet. You see he's already got the purple stone from the Guardians already in there. And then it cuts to a shot of Gamora. She's talking to Tony Stark, having a really great dialogue with Tony Stark, and she says if he gets the Infinity Gauntlet and all the Infinity Stones, he'll be able to wipe out half the population with a snap of his fingers. And she snaps.
And that blew Chuck's mind,
Blew my
people.
mind. That is a direct reference to, if you've ever read the Infinity Gauntlet, it's when
Straight
Thanos
out of the
does
book.
knock out half of the world's population, the universe's population, he
Yeah.
does it literally with a snap of his fingers. It's an iconic still from the comic books. It's Thanos snapping his fingers,
Yep.
and half of humanity is just wiped off the face of the planet.
So it was ingenious for them to do that with Gamora, and then the screen instantly just goes black after she snaps. So it's very, very
That
cool.
was huge. You get to see, obviously, she's talking to Tony Stark, and Tony Stark says, "Tell me his name again." Because Tony Stark, I mean, we've been living with Thanos since the first Avengers movie.
Right.
But they have no idea who
They
Thanos
don't.
is.
Yeah,
so it's
they've
kind
been
of a
on Earth.
reminder. Yeah, they don't have a clue who Thanos is. The only times we've heard oral references to Thanos is when Gamora and Nebula are talking about him.
Yep. And Guardians mostly.
Yeah. So Gamora says his name's Thanos, which is just an awesome scene. Then you cut. This is the money shot, the first money shot. You cut, and you see Thanos in his full armor finally
Yeah.
looking the way everybody wanted to see. Because in the first trailer, people were kind of complaining that he looked
like he's in a wife beater or something.
Yes, he looked like Rick from Pawn Stars coming out of a wormhole. But now you get to see him in his full armor. You see him taking off his helmet.
Oh, so cool.
This was the moment when everybody across the planet just went, oh my God! Smiles galore all over the planet as soon as you saw this first shot of Thanos. And there's a better shot later we're going to get into. After that, you cut and you see Spider-Man clinging to the side of the Queens County school bus.
Yeah.
And he's putting on his Spider-Man helmet. He's clinging to the side of the bus.
It's a little crazy to me because it seems like somebody's going to see him doing that.
Yeah.
He's just like,
he just snuck out of the school bus without anybody noticing. He jumped out of the school bus.
Puts his helmet on.
Then you cut to a really cool scene of. Then there's a little bit of a voiceover with Tony Stark saying, "Look, our advantage is that Thanos is coming to us. We're going to use that to our advantage.
He's coming to
Tony
us
Stark,
because we have what he wants.
We have what he wants.
Yeah.
We have the stones. Let's use them. This is our tactical advantage." So Tony Stark's kind of playing the tactician, which I kind of figured Captain America would be more of. That line would probably be better delivered, in my opinion, by Captain America. He's the great general, the great plan maker of the group. But in this movie, it's going to be Tony Stark making the big plan.
Nothing wrong with that.
And then you see this amazing shot when he's flying after this ship thing, and the whole back of his feet turn into one super jet.
Yeah, so cool.
Tony's new suit, you've seen it. It's going to look amazing. His new suit is going to be fully morphing, and from the toys you've seen him, he's got like wings now, and he's got these huge, his whole arm turns into a hand cannon. So that's the first time you get to see his suit completely morph, and then he takes off like a freaking rocket towards this thing at like crazy speed.
So awesome.
We then cut to a shot of Wakanda. Up till now, it's kind of just been New York, but we're cutting to Wakanda. You see the Avengers team coming up to Black Panther and the whole cast of characters that everybody has fallen in love with.
Of course.
Ever since Black Panther came out. So you get to see T'Challa. You cut to another shot from the other angle, and you see this the entire team who's getting off of this Quinjet, and he's coming to Wakanda for the first time. And if you look closely, you can see who all is going to be on the Wakanda team.
Yep.
You see Captain America. You see Black Widow.
Yeah.
Who else is in here?
You see Falcon in there.
Falcon's in there.
Bruce Banner.
Rhodey, War Machine's in there. And if you look way back in the background, you can see Vision.
Oh, yeah.
Coming
and
off the
Scarlet
ship.
Witch.
You can see Scarlet Witch.
Yep.
So that's going to be
That's awesome.
your Wakanda crew, your Wakanda team.
You don't see Bucky, but it's because he's already there.
He's already there. If you saw the post-credit sequence of Black Panther, you know
That's right.
Bucky's already there. He's the other white boy that Shuri put together. Side note, I thought that was a hilarious line in Black Panther when they bring Agent Ross in to see Shuri, and Shuri's supposed to fix his back. She's like, "Oh, great, you brought me another white boy to fix." Who do you think she's talking about? The other white boy was Bucky.
That's a good point. You know what? I didn't even put that together. That's pretty funny. Yep.
So that's your Wakanda team. Then you cut to one of my favorite shots. This is only halfway through the trailer. It's Star-Lord, Tony Stark, Iron Man, Drax, and Peter Parker.
Peter Parker, yep.
Sitting around. The three funniest, most quippiest,
Or
smart
I would
alecky.
say you got Drax in there too.
And you got Drax in there. The funniest one-liner characters finally getting together, and they are going to be such a hilarious crew. Because right now we're back to, I guess, the New York crew.
Yep.
This is not the Wakanda crew. I think the movie's going to kind of take place in two separate groups.
It totally feels that way.
So, and then Star-Lord says, "You know, I like your plan, but it sucks. So why don't you let me make the plan, and then I'll make it good." And you cut to a shot of Peter Parker standing there, and he's just smiling. He's like, "This is where Peter's starting to get more fun quips." This group is going to be the scene
group.
stealer, I think, of the whole. This is going to be the comic relief crew,
I agree.
and I love it.
I know. That's going to be great.
Tony Stark's, the look on his face is the kind of look any sarcastic person with a sense of humor would make. Just kind of staring at the ground like, "What the hell is this guy saying?" Star-Lord is just so serious.
Passionate.
He's like, "No, let me make the plan, and then it won't suck." Later, you cut back to a shot of Wakanda. You get to see Captain America sitting on the Wakandan hover car with Black Panther. It's a very Washington crossing the Delaware kind of scene. Captain America's looking very regal, very noble, standing up.
Long hair
flowing in the wind. It's great. His beard is just flowing. His new beard. More Wakanda stuff. You get to see the Hulkbuster. And you don't really see it very good in this shot, but you also see Falcon and War Machine flying behind the Hulkbuster. This is the beginning of a super battle. What were you going to say?
Cool. I was going to say, I don't know if it's going to be considered a spoiler or not, but you made the very distinct point the other day about how we see the Hulkbuster, right? Tony Stark's Hulkbuster.
In Wakanda.
In Wakanda. But we know Tony Stark's in New York.
Tony's not in Wakanda.
Tony's not in Wakanda. So who's in the Hulkbuster?
Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner is in the Hulkbuster.
Chuck thinks Bruce Banner's in the Hulkbuster.
In an earlier trailer, you saw him holding the Hulkbuster arm, kind of working on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if he's not going to Hulk out, I think you're going to see Bruce Banner get into the Hulkbuster. He's going to be a big armored Hulk-esque creature.
I think that makes perfect sense.
Then it cuts away from that battle scene. You get to see Thor. He's got his red cape back.
Yep.
He's not wearing he's not wearing the battle outfit that he was wearing in Thor Ragnarok.
Right.
He's back rocking his Asgardian cape. It's kind of a Superman moment.
Of course, he's lost his long flowing hair, but
Yep.
oh well, Captain America's making up for that.
He's apparently with Rocket and Groot because you cut to a gorgeous scene of Rocket Raccoon.
He's so cute.
He's usually, pretty crazy and brave and strong and angry. But you look at this shot, and this is like he's scared.
I know.
He sees something that's blowing his mind.
And you see the little ears just kind of go down a little bit, like
Something happens in the scene that has got Rocket worried. It could be anything. Maybe it's Thanos explaining how Thanos created Rocket. We don't know. Anyway.
I think it's just related to the scenes that come up next. You see Thor and
next
shooting
scene.
the lightning.
Next scene, you see Thor.
Yep.
Giant lightning bolts coming and flashing all over him. This is going to be the scene where he gets his new hammer. This has got to be the Stormbreaker scene, I think.
Yeah, I would think so too. I mean, it's got to be because he doesn't have the hammer yet, and we know he's getting a new hammer. I wish what would come after those lightning bolts is Beta Ray Bill, but it's not going to happen.
I don't think we're going to see Beta Ray Bill in this as much as we all want to.
Oh, well.
You cut to a shot of teenage Groot. Groot is growing up faster than we can.
Than a weed.
He's like a weed. He also looks very scared and nervous. So this is all part of the same Thor scene, I think. But this is going to be an emotional scene because just the look on everybody's face.
Yeah,
is
I agree.
Then we cut the other big money shot of this entire trailer. We get to see Thanos again in the light, wearing all his armor.
Full armor.
Wearing his helmet. He's walking up to something, and then you cut to a shot of the little green baby hand grabbing his giant finger. Who is that? That is Gamora.
It's Gamora.
Baby Gamora. They are going to give us the backstory of how Thanos
acquired Gamora, basically.
Because Gamora has explained in Guardians and Guardians 2 how Thanos wiped out her entire planet except for her. And so this is Thanos taking Gamora from her people, from her planet.
I really hope they explain why he chose to keep her and not just
I think it's just going to be such an
else,
emotional. They're going to give us so much amazing
That's
backstory.
Crazy.
And then it cuts to Thanos walking away with
shot.
little Gamora. It's a wider shot, walking away into this temple with little baby Gamora, holding hands, father, daughter. But if you look on the sides, you see the army of Titans holding all of Gamora's people at bay. All these scared people with the green skin, and they're all about to die. This is going to be
a depressing scene.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's exactly what was happening. You see Thanos taking the child away before they just let loose on this whole planet and just kill everybody.
This is going to be one of the many dark, sad scenes. Then you cut to a really awesome shot of Thanos has got Thor's head in his grasp, squeezing the life out of Thor.
Oh, come on, Thor.
This, I think, takes place at the beginning of the movie. If you remember at the end of Thor Ragnarok, Thanos' ship, spoiler alert, but if you haven't seen Ragnarok yet, you're probably not watching this video. You see Thanos' ship, the entire planet of Asgard, the land of Asgard is on the ship, all these Asgardian refugees, and you see Thanos' ship drop right in front of him. That's how this movie, I think, is going to start.
I agree.
Thanos boarding the Asgardian ship. He's going to have Thor in his hand, ready to kill him.
And you know that Loki is also on that ship with the Tesseract. It's just assumed, but come on.
And then the third super money shot. This is Loki and Thor, I think, are going to be the only people that survive this massacre on the Asgardian ship. And this is the scene when you get to see the Black Order. Thanos' main henchman. You finally see Corvus Glaive.
Yes!
You finally see Ebony Maw.
Proxima Midnight.
and the
Black
Dwarf. These are, if you've ever read, I mean, you see them in this cover as well. No, this cover. Yeah. That's Thanos' main henchman, his main 4 henchmen. If you've read the Jonathan Hickman Infinity book, you see all these characters. And it's so amazing. They got them so perfectly. They look just like they look in the comic books, especially Corvus Glaive, which I've been dying to see. I can't wait to hear what he sounds like.
I know.
Because we've never heard Corvus Glaive's voice.
And you don't get a close-up of his face in this trailer either, so
but
I'm so excited.
This is enough for me. This blows me away.
Absolutely.
This is the shot. I know we're rambling a tad, but you can't not get excited about this stuff.
Exciting.
This is going to be the shot where, because you see they have Loki at gunpoint practically. Proxima Midnight's got her staff. She's about to run Loki through. This is the shot I think where the first time we're going to see Thanos. He's going to be coming down the stairs, maybe with Thor's head in his hand. And this is going to be the shot which you saw at the beginning of the trailer where he takes off his helmet. You can see. That's
give me the Tesseract.
Yeah, give me the stone. And that's when you cut to a shot of him holding the Tesseract, and he squeezes it and he crushes it and exposes the Infinity Stone that lies within. Such an incredible shot. I cannot wait for this whole scene. And this is probably going to be the beginning of the movie. Which is the best part. This movie's going to start out incredibly.
Can you tell by the pitch of my voice how excited we are?
She's losing her mind.
Can you?
Next up, we go back to the giant battle on Wakanda. This is a great shot. It reminds me a little bit of the Gungan battle at the end of Star Wars Phantom Menace. You got the big shield.
What a dork.
And I mean, this is exactly what it looks like. You're on the rolling hillside and the giant energy shield, and the army's coming towards them. This is the shot from the perspective of our heroes, seeing all hell coming at them. And if you look in the background, you see these the spires that have been crashing into Earth that holds all of the evil, dark, what are they called? Thanos's... Outriders.
Outriders, thank you.
The Outriders, Thanos' henchman army.
Oh my gosh.
And there is another great shot of the Outriders running and hitting, crashing like waves upon the giant energy shield.
Shield.
It's such an awesome shot.
It's gonna be so cool.
Cut to another really cool shot. You see so much in this trailer. This is a shot of Doctor Strange in the middle of some big battle, and he's using his magic to help Star-Lord jump. He jumps from little platform to platform that Doctor Strange is kind of getting him across.
Pretty cool.
Getting him to his target as quickly as possible.
So awesome.
That's awesome. Now, money shot like number 4 or 5. This comes right out of the comics.
I know.
You see Doctor Strange getting all these psychic probes jutting into his whole body and his head. He's like screaming in agony.
And you're going, what is going on?
What the hell's going on? Then you cut.
Ebony Maw.
You see Ebony Maw. Ebony Maw is like a super psychic. He can tap into people's brains, kind of like Jean Grey. And it comes right out of the comic, man. There's an amazing... If you read Infinity by Jonathan Hickman, there's this amazing scene where Ebony Maw takes over Doctor Strange's brain and uses him as his own puppet.
Man.
That's what's going to happen here. They're pulling so much out of these 2 books, man.
Oh, you guys are doing the Lord's work here.
They are. They are giving the fans everything they've been waiting for.
And like you were saying, this trailer gives you so much, but it's not spoiling anything. It's giving you exactly what you want to make you even more excited for this movie.
Exactly. Next shot. Here's the Hulkbuster getting overtaken by Outriders. Like they're on him like stink on shit. They take him down. This is another little theory that I have.
That's a good one.
If my theory is true that it's actually Bruce Banner inside the Hulkbuster armor, this is going to be the time when you finally see the Hulk out.
Straight out of the
He's going
Hulkbuster.
to be totally covered in Outriders.
Yep.
You're going to see him. You might even see a close up of his eyeball or something. It's going to be right out of the TV show, and you're going to see Hulk burst out of the Hulkbuster costume right here. This is my theory.
That's a lost opportunity if they don't do that.
They're gonna do it. I can almost see it happen.
If Bruce Banner's even in there, this is all theories.
It could be a drone. It could be. It could just be a.
Yep. Could be nobody in there. We don't know.
Stark is known for having drones. Then you cut to another fantastic shot of Thanos standing on the riddled battlefield that we've seen several times in this trailer. He says something to the effect of, "I hope they remember you."
Yeah.
This is the shot. I think, theory, this is where you're going to see Tony Stark die.
Yeah.
I think Tony's gonna eat it.
I hate to say it, but I think you're right.
This might be towards the end of the movie. Maybe it's towards the middle.
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to have any more Tony Starks in our future.
The reason I think that is because of this next shot. You see Tony Stark lying on the ground, clearly in pain, beaten down, his suit is practically completely destroyed.
Yep.
Practically completely off him.
And as you remember in Civil War, he kind of was the antagonist of that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of was the bad guy,
He was kinda the bad guy.
Avenger. So
He's
Yeah.
going to redeem himself, and I think he's going to fall. I think he's going to fall in this amazing battle.
It's such a sad time. But knowing Tony
bring your
Stark, he's
tissues,
gonna,
man.
He's gonna live on as an AI or something. He's gonna have created himself as an AI,
Yeah.
and then the next.
It may be the
movie
end of
you're gonna
Iron Man,
see-
but I don't think it's going to be the end of Robert Downey Jr. He can come back as a hologram, Star Wars style. And then, of course, really quickly, you see Thanos
Yes.
jumping at his prey, which we can only assume. Maybe it's a trailer mislead. I don't know, but it looks like this is
Tony
him
Stark.
attacking and killing
Yeah.
Tony Stark. That's my theory.
I agree.
And then, towards the very end of the trailer, you get to see, again, this is right out of this book as well. You get to see Thanos and Captain America going head to head.
So cool.
He comes at him with the gauntlet. And
Thinking you can
Captain
see
America.
Yeah.
Well, you cut to the next shot of Captain America holding the Infinity Gauntlet. Look at the size of that gauntlet,
I
man. That thing's
know.
freaking huge.
You can see in Thanos' face that he's expecting to just reach out and crush him. And
Yep.
then, like you were just about to say, Captain America stops the gauntlet and is
He's holding him.
He's holding him back. And then you see Thanos like, wait, who is this person? This is a
Okay.
little tiny human being. How can he be this strong? And so
You cut to
pretty
Thanos
cool.
with a very confused look on his face, like, who the hell am I dealing with here? Who
Yeah.
is this incredibly strong human?
so exciting.
And then one final shot of just Steve gritting his teeth, so
Struggling.
angry.
He's so
Maybe
sad,
this
such
is
a
where
tough time.
Cap dies. Who knows,
I
man?
don't know. I
Captain
think-
America
I
could
think
die.
Cap's
I
gonna
think
make
I
it to
think
the
it's going to
next
be Tony that eats it.
I agree.
I think Cap might die in the next movie,
Yeah.
the Hawkeye movie.
Yeah, because where's Hawkeye been, people?
And then, so that's the end of the trailer, you think. That's when you see the big Avengers
Uh-huh.
logo. But then, of course, as they've been doing, they have a post-credit sequence in the trailers.
In the trailer.
And it cuts to just another absolutely hilarious moment of levity in the trailer where you see Spider-Man talking to none other than Doctor Strange.
My favorite character of all time.
And he says, "Oh, hi, I'm Peter." And Steven says, "I'm Doctor Strange." And
And Peter says, "Oh, we're using our made-up names. Well, I'm Spider-Man."
yeah. Oh, well, then I'm Spider-Man. It's just adorable and awesome. And then, of course, it cuts to your very, very, very final scene, and it's Spider-Man swinging in his Iron Spider suit through massive destruction.
Oh,
There's going to be so much destruction in this movie, it's not even funny.
know.
And, of course, you close out, too. Tickets go on sale now. So get your tickets now at Fandango. As soon as I saw this, I rushed out and bought my ticket.
And guess what? The Thursday night showings were already sold out.
The 7 and the 11 o'clock were both totally sold
Isn't that
out.
crazy?
So we got our
Yes.
Friday tickets, and those are probably sold out now too. So get out there and get your Infinity War tickets, people. Thanks a lot for watching this breakdown. I just got to get it off my chest.
I know, it's just so
fun to talk
exciting.
about.
Aren't you glad that they moved this date up now?
Mm.
Because if
I
you saw
am.
this trailer and you're like, oh, I gotta wait a whole nother week.
I gotta wait till May. It's
No.
only March.
April, people.
April 27th.
Doom and gloom in April.
Get your tickets now. Like we said, they broke the pre-sale tickets in 6 hours. They
That's
broke
crazy.
the record in 6 hours. It's absolutely mind-boggling.
Oh my gosh.
So, way to go, Marvel. You put together one hell of a trailer.
I know.
Thanks a lot for giving it to us. We really appreciate it. And thank you guys for watching this show.
As always.
If you like the show, please click the subscribe button. We're here every single Sunday shooting fun, nerdy shows, talking about movies and comic books
Yeah.
and all things nerdy, comic book conventions. So, anyway, that's about all we got. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you here next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.